Hi, welcome to Minicab Lifeline. We always bring you the news that no one else does, and we also always give you the information that no one else does. So, a couple of weeks ago, we have told you that TfL has started trialing the open book exam for the Group 1 drivers. I'm not going to go into much more details into it. You can have a look at my channel and find the video and find out what it is all about. Now, the video was based on the information that one of our students, our clients, was going to attend that open book test exam on the 2nd of May at 1:15 p.m. At the West Kensington Centre. So which they did, and immediately after their exam, as usual, they have given us the information in regards to the format of the examination, the question types, and the timing, and etc. Some of them are being clarified already on the appointment letter that you've been seeing on the screen for a while now. So we have created a set of mock tests based on the feedback, and I'm going to take you through that mock test now, so you have a very clear idea in regards to how your open book exam is going to be. Also, I will be guiding you through the process of how to complete the assessment as well at the same time. And within a couple of weeks time, we should have this complete set of mock tests available on our website for you to access instantly. So let's start then. So before we start the question set, one thing you need to get yourself familiar with is the handbook, because the whole idea of the assessment is that you can do the exam on using the handbook, so you have a very good idea to navigate through the handbook to find your answer. So if you familiar yourself with the sections that we have on the handbook, it will make your life become easy. Let's see if you can zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, it's better. So you got section 1 is about the PHP driver license, 2 is about the vehicle licensing, number 3 is all about creating private hire journeys, bookings, and etc. Number 4 is about your own safety. Number 5 is about driver behavior, meaning the safety of the passenger. Number 6 is about driving and parking in London. 7 is about safer driving. 8 is about being aware of equality and disability. Number 9 is safeguarding children and adults at risk. Number 10 is about ride sharing. So if you need to keep these sections in your mind so that you can navigate through the answers very, very quickly. Now, we'll obviously using for the purpose of making the recording easy, we're using the digital version of the handbook. In your exam, you will be given a paper handbook that you need to navigate through to find your answers. So let me, as we speak, and let me show you the changes that is happening now. If we begin, as you see, the normal exam is for 45 minutes, this one is 1 hour. But the point remains same too. Fill in the blanks, point remains true. The big difference is that currently, for non-open book exam students, they have to drag and drop the correct answer into the gaps for filling the blanks. And also they have a red box where they need to put all the incorrect options for them to secure the full 2 marks on that questions. However, TfL has now changed it, or this is part of trial. We cannot say they have changed it, they're trialing it, that all the fill in the blanks for open books exam questions only are now dropped down. So you have a list of words that you need to pick, and this makes the life difficult, because previously you could have dragged and dropped the phrases or the words into the gap and to the red box, then you have less words to deal with. Now you have got to, every time you go to a fill in the blanks, you have to deal with these 6 items, and you have to choose from, which get people more confused, because people are already struggling with the fill in the blanks, and this make it more confusing, and their struggle doesn't end, it even gets worse. Anyway, let us move on. We will be using the handbook, as well as I will be explaining the grammar rules as well along the way, so that this helps you complete the question or get yourself ready for the open book exam or the normal exam as well. Just to let you know that we are going to a complete refresh of our website at the moment, so that people have better access to our people have better access to our mock test, which replicates the handbook, as well as we are looking into instant Excel as well, meaning that as soon as you purchase, you should be able to access your mock test instantly, so that you can start practicing. So let's move on now. So first one is TfL sets for licensing, and is also for making licenses follow the law. We work closely. So this section, is, we know from the handbook, is not from any of the sections. This is from the introduction part. So let's complete it, and then we'll find the sentence as well. And the handbook, TfL says what? Requirements and standards. So which one is correct? Requirements and standards. Why? Because there is no article here, or a, and, the, each, etc., that determines it to be singular. So it's plural because there is no article here indicating to singular. For licensing, and is also what? Responsible, not responsibility. Responsibility is given to somebody, and they are responsible. They have overall responsibility. So they are responsible for this, for determine, that is responsible here for making sure the licenses follow the law. We work closely with the taxi and private hire trades and metro police, etc., city of London police, to ensure the safety of passengers. Or now again, why passengers not passenger? Because of there is missing article here, because there is no article there. So that determines the same process here. A is not there, A is not here, so it's passenger. So let's find the same thing in the handbook. So it's in the part of introduction, sorry, here. Here you go. This is TfL SERU requirements. So if you want to take help from the handbook, I don't know how does it help TfL to check people grammar if the section, if they fill in the blanks coming from the handbook and they're given the handbook. I don't know what the thinking behind it, but anyway, so this is where it has come from, that we have just completed now. Passengers, as you can see. Okay, let's move on to the next one now. So you must age 21 older, and this is about the licensing requirement, and this is coming from the handbook section 1. So here you go, you must be age 21 and etc. So this line is here as I fill in the blanks for the second question. So let's do it. So beginning of the sentence will always start with a capital letter. Yeah, so it cannot be you may, and it's a requirement that must be fulfilled. So this is, you must be aged 21 or older when you apply for. Apply to is not going to be applicable here, because apply to means that you are applying to somebody, and apply for is something that you are actually applying for your license. This letter is, there is no upper age limit. There is no upper age limit. So the limits is not there, because you are talking about one person, one license. Yeah, so here it is, as you were matching it here. If your application is, TfL will send you a London driver's license and your application may etc. attached to it. For example, you have medical condition etc. So your application is approved. So after is, either the verb will be with in the past form or with an ing, is, rm, etc. So is approved. TfL will send you a London PHB driver license. Your license may have some condition, has some condition, has, it has to be condition, and some means more than one. So this whole phrase itself is incorrect. So have some condition, have used here as a verb here as well. I have some condition attached to it. For example, if you have a condition, medical condition, not medical, this is incorrect, because this is not a noun and it cannot be capital in the middle of the sentence. So you have a medical condition, you may be required to have extra medical checks. So let's find the same thing on the handbook. If your application is here, it is some attached to it. For example, if a medical condition, you may have checks and etc. So this is the one we have done. Yeah, so let's go to the next one. If a police officer or TfL authorized officer, this is the title. So we look at the formation of the sentence here. This is a capital T, this is capital O, and it has to be capital A as well, as it is in the handbook. Asked to see your license, you must let them see it there and then, or within a, not minimum, maximum of 7. This number 7 is indicating to a plural, which is number of days here. So let's find it here. If here you go, here is the one, is again on the section 1 of the handbook and page number 7. So here it is. So we have completed it already. So let's move on to the next one now. You do not need to assessment based on the information. You need to do assessment information in this handbook as part of the license application process. So please read all of it. So you need to do an assessment. So this article, this vowel here, A, E, I, O, U, we will always have up before that N, not A. So as we know, so an assessment based on the information in this handbook. Handbook is going to be small cap, not capital, because this is not a noun as part of the licensing application process. So please read all of it. Read all of it carefully. All of it carefully. Please read all with care, does not make sense at all. So all of it carefully as it is in the handbook as well. So let's go back. So this will be from the introduction part of the assessment. There you go. You therefore need to do an assessment based on the information. Read all of it carefully. Here it is, the sentence in bold here, and page number 4 it is from. Okay. Going to the next one now. I'm being conscious of the time. To work as a, you will need to be licensed, but only then you can carry out for London private hire operator, that is also licensed by TfL. I know it from my memory. So let's see, it's probably from, no, it's not introduction part, it's not even first part. It should be from chapter number 2, section 2. No, I believe it's chapter number 3. Let's see again. So to work as a London PHV driver, you will need to be licensed by TfL. Only then you can. Okay, let's find it. You will need to be licensed. Oh, I'm really sorry. That's section 1. I'm really sorry. So to work as a London PHV driver, you'll need to be licensed by TfL. Only then you can carry out bookings as a London private hire operator that is also licensed by TfL. Okay, so to work as a London PHV drivers, we have two options here. Why it is driver, not driver? Because it's article A here determining that it is a singular. You'll need to be licensed by TfL. Only then you can carry out booking or bookings now. So booking, if it is A, then it would be booking, because there is no A, no the, no each, every, that is determining is to be singular. So it's bookings for a London PH private hire driver that is also licensed, already given a licensed, not licensed by TfL, licensed by TfL, also confirmed by the handbook here. So let's moving on. Let's move on to now number 7. In sum, the vehicle might be given an exemption that the license do not have to be displayed. This is 100% from section number 2. This is all about vehicle licensing. So there you go. There you go. We found it. So we found it here. In some exceptional circumstances, the vehicle might be given an exemption, which means that the licensing do not have to be displayed. In this case, we're giving an exemption notice, which the driver must carry at all time, license being used as a PHB. In some exceptional circumstances, the vehicle might be given an exemption, exemptions, which means, let me check here, which means that the licenses do not have to be, after B is the verb will always be with ed or in the past form. Displayed has to be displayed. Every PHP reward insurance, the insurance policy must be valid when the etc. Again, this is from the part of what do you call it, vehicle licensing. Every PHP must have higher reward insurance, etc. The insurance policy must be valid when the vehicle is licensed, real times when the vehicle is being used as a PHP. Same thing, every PHP must have higher reward insurance, and this have here is again used as a verb. The insurance policy must be valid when the vehicle are used. So we are talking about one vehicle being used, not multiple. So when the vehicle is licensed, and at all times when the vehicle is being used, not being used, being used. Let's match it. The vehicle is being used when the vehicle is licensed. Next is details of the insurance policy to the insurance available to the police when you must also provide insurance research to the passenger. Again, from the same section, and it will be nearby here as well. Here you go. You must make details of the insurance policy available to police when you're asked for it. So again, this is an obligation. So if you put you may make, it doesn't work because it's an obligation. You have to give it to police when you are asking, and when you are asked, when they ask you. When you are asking means when you are asking somebody, and when somebody is asking you, when you are asked. So police, when they ask you, you must give it to them. If the vehicle you are driving is involved in a, two words left, collision, two mistakes here. Collisions is not a noun, so it cannot be capital, and is a is determining it to be singular, so we go with collision. Next, before the start of each, let's do it without looking at the handbook. Journey, your operator is certain information about the journey. So this is from section number 3 because it's all about private hire journeys. So before the start of each, so each is determining the following noun to be singular. There's two mistakes here. One is a plural, and second is with a capital, which is not a noun. So journey, your operator is, after is, the following verb will be with ing or in the past form normal. So required, your operator is required to record certain information about the booking. It's talking about one booking, not multiple bookings. About the booking. Let's match it now. So we need to go to chapter number 3. It's bookings. Here you go. Before the start of each journey, operator is required to record certain information about the booking. About the booking. Here you go. So moving on to the next one. If your operator has a license to operate from A, power, etc., operator only like take booking inside the venue, so location. So here you go. So it's about late night venues. If your operator has a license to operate from a late night venue, etc., operator can only book inside the venue to booking location specified on their license. Operator have a license from a late night. So again, late night with L, capital L is cannot be correct. Is this one? Operator can only take bookings inside. It's not specified here with an article A, D, or each, etc. So it has to be booking. So multiple bookings, not talking about any specific booking. The booking location specified, which already been mentioned on their license. Now, number 12, you are responsible for noise it makes and your own behavior. So let's do without the book. You as the driver. No, you're talking to one person. Okay, you as the driver, not plural, singular, are responsible for parking your vehicles, two mistakes, capital P and the multiple vehicles. You as a driver, you drive one car, so it's your vehicle. The noise it makes, third person singular number, noise it makes. Okay, so this one doesn't need to be even checked. You as a driver, noise it makes, and etc., your personal behavior. So we have done that one already. Number 13, antisocial manner, do not leave litter on the street, etc. Not go to the toilet again. Do not behave. Does not behavior does not make. It's directly instructing you. It's talking to you as a driver. So do not behave in an antisocial manner. Do not leave litter, etc. Do not go to toilet in a where public places. In a public, A is determining it to be singular. In a public place. So two mistakes, capital, it cannot be, it's not a noun, and also places. So it's public place, and do not leave your engine running. Have respect for the area you is working. After you is always are. You are working in, not you is. If it was he, then with area he is working in would have been correct. Okay, let's double check. Okay, because that's the next paragraph. Do not behave in an antisocial manner, etc. In running, etc. Running a public place and working in. So these are the three gaps we have completed. So next, private property and own rules about the taxis and etc. So this is about airports, and again from the same sections. So airports are. So this are is determining that this is plural. So this are is telling me the one before will be plural, not singular. Okay, airports. And also second mistake is this not capital. Beginning with the sentence always capital. And can make their rules, because talking about the probability is a present tense, okay, not in the past. So they can make their own rules about taxis and PHBs. So look, before and or is the form of the sentence will remain the same. So it was plural here, it's meant to be plural here as well. Taxis, PHBs, as we have explained before as well. So let's see. Here you go. This is the one. Airports are private property and etc. So let's move on now. Number 15. If a or violent, you have a right to say that you will not accept that behavior. Of that fails, it is safe to do so to the vehicle. So this is from chapter number 4, section number 4. So let's try and do it. If a passenger in you vehicle does not make sense. If two mistakes. A passengers, no. A passenger, one passenger in your car. A passenger in your vehicle become angry. Third person singular number, a passenger. So it cannot be become, it has to be with an S. Becomes angry or violent. You have a right to say that you will not accept that behavior. Of if that fails, it is safe to do so to ask them to leave. Not asking. If it is to be asking, it has to have normally is, are, or am beforehand. So ask them to leave. Let's see. So we're going to section number 4 now. There you go. Ask them to leave. This is what we have taken from. Okay. This is the line. This is the sentence. So match it, pause it, and match it if you want. Okay, let's move on. If right to live and work in the UK, TfL add an appropriate license. So again, it is to do with the licensing condition is going to take us back to section number 1. Okay, section number 1, right to live and work in the UK. Not this one. It should be towards the end. There you go. If there are restrictions, drivers right to live. So this is section 1. If there is restriction now, there is restriction doesn't go with is because it's indicating towards plural. So there are restrictions. If there is restriction, that would have been correct as well. So if there are restriction on a driver's right to live and work, again before and or, the form will remain the same. It was live, it was work. Okay, if it is living, that it will be working as well. In the UK TfL will add and. This article is telling me and is telling me something with vowel coming up. And appropriate condition, inappropriate conditions. Now in an appropriate condition on the license. So now we have moved on to multiple choice. So 16 as the brother said, 16 fill in the blanks they had. Now multiple choice, and this should be the easier one. to answer from the handbook. What do you need to ensure when entering the bus lane to pick up or drop off passengers? So this is parking, driving and parking in London. So let's go to the section. So this is section number 6. What do you need to ensure when entering the bus lane to pick up or drop off passengers? So let's go to ensure to leave the bus lane in the most, here you go, direct and safe way. This one. So let's see, nothing is free. Continue to drive on the bus lane until reaching the pickup drop-off point. Enter and leave the bus lane in the most direct and safe way. That is the answer we have taken from. And also Brother has confirmed that the long questions and long answer have now gone. All the questions are very short and also quite change in the wording as well, so is finding it difficult sometimes to answer. Which one of the following is not correct in regard to driving and parking in London? On red routes, a PHV driver cannot stop at bus stop marked with a wide red line by the curve. A PHV driver should drive, pick up and drop off passenger in bus stand as much as possible. A PHV driver should avoid picking up or dropping off passenger at bus stop as much as possible. So I know this is the answer, but let's show you on the handbook as well. So the should not do. Okay, so let's remember license, taxation, etc. You should avoid picking up drop a passenger at bus stop as this can delay buses. So passenger at bus stop as much as possible. No, this is not the one. On red routes, a PHV driver cannot stop at bus stop marked with a wide red line. Allowed to drive in them. It should be earlier than that. So other vehicles. The wordings has changed here a lot. So you might also struggle to find it. I made this question, so I'm I will need to look for it as well myself. So this is where the question has come out from, and this is where it advised us to avoid picking up and dropping off as less as possible. So let's see which one of the following is not correct in regard to driving and parking in London. On red routes, a PHV driver cannot stop at bus stop marked with wide red line by the curve. Okay, this is correct. It's asking me to do the incorrect one. PHV driver should drive, pick up or drop a passenger in bus lane as much as possible. This should be the one, because you should not do that. Although you are allowed, but you should not do that. A PHV driver should avoid picking up drop off passengers. Again, this is just the opposite of this one. Okay, bus stops as much as possible, and this is what we have seen here. Okay, avoid picking up passengers at bus stops as much as possible. So this is the correct answer. So they're asking us to select the wrong one. What TfL may do if you park or wait on a taxi rank? What TfL will do if you do park on taxi rank? Suspend or revoke your license. TfL will send you private driver license. TfL will remove your license. I believe this is taxi ranks is here. Taxi ranks can only be used by taxi, etc. If you park, wait when taxi ranks, licensing action you, this could be suspending or revoke your license. So it came out from this line here on section number 6. TfL extend your license. Now this one, suspend or revoke your private hire license. Although you are not allowed to drive in bus lanes, what can you do in most of them? Pick up or drop a passenger, wait on bus lane as long as you like, park on a bus lanes as at any time. So we have just seen this one. Although you are not allowed to drive in, here you go, even though you are not allowed to drive in them. So the sentence has changed. Rather than saying even though, it started with although. What you are allowed to do, you are allowed to pick up or drop a passenger in the most of them, most bus lanes. So the sentence has changed quite a lot here. So really need to have a good understanding to answer this question as well. So how should you behave with all passengers, including children and adults, at risk? So remember, this is safeguarding children and adult at risk. So let's go back to our top for content sections. Safeguarding children and adults, number 9. Yeah. So let's go to the end. I believe this is. What is the question again? Is how should you behave with all passengers, including children, adults at risk? No, not behave whichever you want. No. Yeah, here you go. Make sure your behavior with all passengers, including children and adults at risk, is appropriate and professional at all times. Be aware of how your actions can affect others. So this is from page number 43, section number 9. So behave whichever way now, appropriate and professionally at all times, inappropriately and unprofessionally now. So that's the second one is the answer, as we have seen here. Appropriate and professional at all times. It has been changed slightly to test your understanding. If a passenger book a ride-sharing journey by mistake, what could that lead to? Okay. Okay, so this is the next section. We know we don't need to even go to the content section. This last section is ride sharing. So now find that mistake bit. Share might happen, for example, another possible that. There you go. A passenger may book a ride sharing journey by mistake. If you stop to collect a second passenger, the first passenger was not expecting you to, it could result in an argument. That's the answer, result in an argument. So removing your lesson an argument between the driver and the passenger, understanding. So again, it's not the direct answer. It is written here. It has been paraphrased. So it has changed. So we need to also go with the change. What could be a reason for an adult being at risk of harm and abuse? This is previous section we have seen, number 8, adult at risk, and we need to find that reason. There you go. Here you go. An adult at risk at anyone over the age of 18, etc., extra care and support. An adult may be at risk of harm and abuse because they are unable to protect themselves. This could be the answer. Let's see. This might be because their age or a disability. Sorry, this is the answer. So this is the reason. This is the reason as well. But this is more specific. Disability, not anger. Disability is the answer. Which emission standard PHVs need to meet to avoid paying a daily ULEZ charge? So this should be from section number 6 of the handbook, which is parking and driving in London. So let's go to that section. So you see that takes a lot of time for you to go through these answers. It's not easy. So ULEZ charges, a congestion we found. Here you go. There you go. Here we have found it. So diesel PHV must be Euro 6. There is no such restriction. Petrol PHV must be Euro 4. There's two answer we've been asked to select. So 1 and there is 2. So diesel must be Euro 6 and petrol must be Euro 4. So here you go. Keeping children adult at risk of harm and abuse is responsibility of whom? Again, we are going back now to section number 9, safeguarding adults, children and adults. And here you go, whose responsibility it is. This is talking about is everybody's responsibility. Here is the answer. It's everybody's responsibility. It's page number 43. It's everybody's responsibility. This is the answer. You can only carry out ride sharing booking that you have received from home. A licensed London PHB, don't even need to go. All your journeys must be booked through a London PHB operator. But if for just for your satisfaction, I'll go through here. License, you can carry ride sharing booking, receipt from London PHB operator. Okay. Next question is what ride sharing can potentially introduce? Again, same section. Potentially introduce some safety risk for passengers. Some safety risk for passengers. That's the correct answer. Who is an adult at risk? Going back to the previous section now again. Who is the adult at risk? So definition of it. An adult at risk is anyone over the age of 18 who is in need of extra care and support. Anyone over the age of 18 who needs extra care and support. Anyone over the age of 18 who does not need. An adult can never be at risk. That's the answer. First one. A PHB driver should never make comments and jokes about someone's what. So this is, I believe, chapter number 5 about driver behavior. Okay, let's see. Number 5, driver behavior. There you go. Here you go. You should never. So the question has changed again. The sentence has changed again. Rather than saying you, it has changed to a PHB driver should never make common jokes about someone's what? Age, race, religion, disability, sexual orientation, and gender identity, as we can see here. Okay, so next. In regard to lost property, you should. There's 3 answers to be selected, and this should be carrying out private hire journeys. Lost property number 3. It should be here. Here we go. There's 3 things you need to do. This is what he's talking about. Check for lost property after passenger leave. Take any found lost property to your operator. Take any found lost property home now. Ask passenger before they leave. So these are the 3 points. Remind passenger to check. 1, should check your vehicle, and if you found any lost property, take it back to your operator. So these are the 3 answers came out from here, these paragraphs. So moving on, what type of behavior is never acceptable between you and a passenger? A friendly conversation, any offer of sexual behavior, both you agree to it. This is the answer, I know it, but let me show you. This is from driver behavior. There you go. No types of sexual behavior you and a passenger is ever acceptable, even both of you agree to it. So this is from question chapter page number 24. So we move on. Number 32. For what purpose can you contact a passenger using the personal contact details? To ask whether they would like to go on a date with you, to book the booked journey, for personal and social reasons. So again, from the same chapter, should be from here. There you go. Personal details to start communicating with them, anything other than the booked journey. So only the booked journey is the reason what you can contact them for, nothing else. When can you enter the back of your vehicle when you have passenger on board? From same section, entering the back of your vehicle. Here you go. Other than an emergency. Only in emergency you can enter the back of your vehicle. Only in an emergency. If passenger is, you can when you follow the instruction from the emergency services, but it doesn't specify. Only in an emergency. Now, in a normal SERU assessment, this is coming from outside the handbook at the moment, but the brother said that in his exam this came from the handbook and the answer always came from the last sentence of the paragraph. So we will go by it. So if your operator will normally deal with complaints. Passengers might contact the police or TfL directly. They might also contact TfL if they are not satisfied with the way the operator has dealt with their complaints. In these cases, TfL may carry out its own investigation. If TfL does investigate a complaint that relates to you, will provide you with the details of the complaint and ask for your comments. As soon as you have had the opportunity to respond to the complaint and TfL has made any other necessary inquiries, TfL will tell you the result of that investigation. If the question is, if TfL investigates a complaint against you, what will they do? They will not allow you to make comments. They will never contact you. They will tell you the result of the investigation. So that is the last one. TfL will tell you the result of the investigation. So this is the answer here. These are very simple because other comments will be very silly. And remember, this carries 2 marks as well, like the fill in the blanks. So it's important that you get them correct. Be aware of the cyclist at all times, but specifically when you are turning in slow moving traffic and when you are pulling away from traffic lights. Make sure you give cyclists enough room when you overtake them. Please ask your passenger to check before they open their door into the road to make sure there isn't a cyclist coming. You must do the same. Be aware of motorcyclists at all times, but specifically when you are turning or in slow moving traffic. When do you need to be aware of motorcyclists? The most. When you are turning or in slow moving traffic, most of the time same, be aware of motorcyclists specifically when you are turning and in slow moving. This is the answer. Don't even need to look at them. Okay, this is the one when you are turning in the slow moving traffic. So that's the answer we found. So we are on to the last one now. Criminal exploitation is also known as county line. This is when gangs and organized crime groups use children and young adults to sell drugs. These children and young adults are often forced to travel across counties, for example, by train or in taxis and private hire vehicles, and they use mobile phone lines to keep in contact with individuals in the drug state. Some children and young adults are often forced to travel across counties for what? To visit new places, to meet their friend, to sell drugs. So this is what it is. These gangs use children and young adults to sell drugs. So this is the answer. So let's see what happened. So now it is time for us to see the results. So if we click and show results, and the result is 100%. So we have done it well. We have gone through. Then you can review the answers, you can view the performance tests, and etc. That means we have answered all the questions correctly. So these very questions will be available for anyone to use completely free on our website, but it's not there yet. We'll add it because we are going to a complete refresh of our website. We're introducing online courses. Our mock test will be can be instantly accessed by anyone who ever needs it. Also, we are thinking about introducing, although TfL doesn't do it, audio mock tests. That means the question will be read out to you for anyone with learning disability, so they can benefit from them as well. And that's it really for now. Our mock test will be instantly accessed, as I have said, and also we do provide class-based training as well at our computer-based facility with experienced teacher as well, and we have been supporting the community for quite a long time now. So if you do need any kind of a training, any kind of help and support, do get in touch with us, and do watch out this same place for the much more details video about how to get prepared for the open book exam and how to answer your question. There will be a much more detailed one coming soon. Also, do check out that video with the grammar for anyone need help with their grammar, to improve their grammar so they can answer the questions efficiently for the fill in the blanks specifically. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video, and thank you very much for your time.